Hi, this is the first of the series of videos that I'm going to label as stupid basis tricks. These will be tricks that are either fun or useful that aren't necessarily that complex, kind of weird and fun sometimes. I'm going to start off with the one that I use the most here. It's pretty helpful. I spend a lot of time in the database itself, SQL Server, and a lot of times you have people wanting to know what something in a process, your like sys processes or something, and you can identify a long-running SQL statement. Here I've got this. It's just going off a sys process right now. I just went and got that, and you can come over and say, "Oh, here's a SQL statement right there." I'll put it in a new window and start. Well, I'll just start looking at it. Not formatted too nicely. I'm just going to break this up a little bit. And you can say, oh my God, what's this thing doing right here? And there's the order by. And you go, okay, that's not a lot of information to give your if you have a SQL statement that's causing you a lot of problems that's coming from ABAP, and you want to be able to tell the ABAPer, hey, you've run this. This one's maybe a bad example. It looks like an SLT process that's running, but it doesn't have a lot. It doesn't tell you where it came from necessarily when you're looking at the database level. There's no way to relate it up. If you note on the far right here, I think was this column. Look at this order by. That sucks. And in SQL Server, SAP puts a comment at the end. That is basically a directive to where to go in ABAP to see what's going on. I'm going to close that because it hurts my eyes. And you can come over here and take that comments portion and separate it out into the table that's being called the ABAP and the offset of that ABAP in order to find what's going on. So let's go see this in action, what I'm doing. Oh my God, I just clicked something. Let's try this again. Okay, let's get. Okay, we have two of them here. They're boring, but let's try. Oh, there you go. One more maybe. I'm just waiting for a little bit of time to speed up. There we go. I'm just going to copy these guys over. They're not exciting stuff by any means, but it'll help to demonstrate what's going on here. I've got this performance spreadsheet I give to my ABAPers so they can go and look at stuff and get stuff for themselves. Normally you'll have a lot of other things on the side. I've cleared it out for this test example. For what we only really need is to say, okay, let's click on this row and do the clickorama. And clickorama will go off and into SAP itself and say, hey, that statement that we just saw that looked really horrible in SQL Server actually came from this standard report function module, in this case, on line 148. And that's what it is. So you can now hand this over to the ABAPers, or if they have access to a test system or something, they can actually go in and look at that if they have the data from the Excel. Let's try another one. This UKM one, I think that's a credit worthiness one. There's two different ones, so we go off. It's just going to do the same thing, and if it finds it, it goes, this is fetching. That makes sense. And just for giggles, let's do the last one. Now, let's see if we can get a more exciting. No. Oh, what's that one? Let's do this one. I don't know what that is. And of course, these aren't indicative of a problem here. I'm just using them as an example to show you if you had like a plan that's going crazy, or transfer or locking or anything that's wrong at the database side, you can come over and go look at this DMC whitelist, I guess. Boom, and I go select count from DMC. And that's very helpful for me because a lot of times you'll go, oh, the SQL statement's really slow, and you're going to have to find the calling function module or report and then link that to probably a batch job or a user. And we can go over how to do that in another video. One other thing before I sign off here, on the, this guy is just using the standards. It used to be the SAP automation scripting. Now it's just the SAP scripting, the SAP automation GUI. And it's really simple. I have an event on click, boom, clear the worksheet, well, set the worksheet, get the row that I'm currently on, and literally it's just the GUI scripting. Go through, create the object, still called it the SAP GUI auto, so the SAP scripting, and it just goes. And this is obviously pretty touchy if from support pack to support pack, so you want to make sure things are okay in what you're trying to do. But that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you like it, and hopefully we'll have a lot more stupid basis tricks in the future. Talk to you later.